Bro, what you doing? What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, we don't know if this guy was a little bit, you know, had mental issues or a little bit mentally handicapped.
Sitting here doing drugs in a neighborhood where people just murder you or rape you or something, and you're not even worried.
Oh, look, you know, they're upset that somebody's told them off. You know, it happens. Oh, man!
I went through the door first. The suspect was sitting on the couch. When he saw me, he broke out the front of the shack. A chase then ensued.
Jesus, how's it guys? Lost out this rough, eh? Okay, just wait for me. I just need to get rid of this shit quickly. Cheers. Drive safe. I'm late on you go, bro.
On the way to pick up our informer. He's going to jump in, he's going to show us where our suspect is. I'm sitting in the back seat so I can keep him covered. So we've built up quite a good rapport and a good relationship with him. I don't trust any of these, so he's going to sit in the front, so I've got him covered. A few weeks ago we met an informer.
How's it, man?
What's this called, sir?
How are you?
Let's go.
What's going on?
What do you want?
Want information, brother?
What information?
Any information you
Are you a cop or what?
Not a cop, brother. Just want the information.
Who sent you?
Don't worry about who sent me. I've got other guys that work with me. It's all about getting paid, brother.
Okay, then let's call the informer Joe. The relationship has actually turned into something that's mutually beneficial, whereby the information he's giving us is valuable information. Here's a guy, here's a guy.
What's happening, brother?
Yo, what's up? Listen, man, hold up the windows. What's happening?
Hello, brother.
Yeah, what's up?
We're looking for a cat burglar. His speciality is slithering through electric fences and climbing to the second, third story of apartment blocks, where he gets inside and gets away with various items, mainly laptops, cell phones, wallets. The problem is this guy can do between 5 and 10 apartments in a single night.
Listen, man, I've seen this that you been looking for some time, you know what I'm saying? Isn't this other shack, you know?
There's housebreaking, guys.
Yeah, the housebreaking and all the rapes and you know, that you told me on the phone.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I know where there. I know exactly where you can get him right now, you know what I'm saying? It's a shack, some funny shack. With this, so you need to be careful when you get there, you know what I'm saying?
When we got information from the informer that this guy is a very good climber and he knows how to work an electric fence, we knew it was our guy.
Man, I've been there twice, you know, in 45 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Check everything. As much as we're speaking now, that is there, you know what I'm saying?
Just give me a shout if everything's okay. If you need anything, just let me know. 10-4. It's quite risky going into the squatter camps because you don't actually know. You don't know if the lead is real. You don't exactly know what. And the worst thing is when you're walking through, you've got a lot of people that follow you. So you've got to always keep your hand on your gun. You've got to always be alert because you don't know if somebody's going to come out the shack, stab you with a knife, throw a rock at you. Because at the end of the day, they all live together and they actually stick together, these guys. So it's very risky for us going in here. Having an informant in your car is dangerous because you can get bullets through your car. You don't know if the informant, if somebody's tipped off the people that there's an informant in the vehicle, and you just don't want bullets flying at your car.
In circumstances such as this, you need eyes and ears on the ground. You need people in the informal settlements, squatter camps, to give you the information on these shack numbers, direct you to the shacks. Because when you get into these townships, you're never going to find your way to anywhere. They can direct you where to go, but you'll never find yourself. It's a maze.
Are we expecting any guns?
No, dog, like I'm telling you, those they don't keep guns in checks and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? That just laying low and stuff. That's just where he hide after doing all this.
Yeah, that's his house.
So what's our real danger, y'all? Is somebody gonna get stabbed?
I'll be honest with you, man. It's the hood. It's the informal settlement. You know what I'm saying? It's the project. You just need to be more careful. You know what I'm saying? You might find some hoodlums here, some Kasi rats. You know, just be more careful. But in case if you need more backup, I'll stick around. You know, I'll watch your back. You know what I'm saying?
Tembisa is a notorious township. There are hardened criminals that live in and around Tembisa. Even the residents of Tembisa themselves live in fear.
The camera crew, what we want is you guys stay close to us. Don't drift from us, and there'll be somebody covering you from behind. So just watch yourselves.
Let's spin this car around so once we get the suspect, we can get out of here.
Well, when you roll into Tembisa and you look at it from the top, it just looks like a honeycomb of informal dwellings and shacks, and it just kind of gives you that dangerous, ominous vibe. You know that things go down there and something could happen to you there. When running through that maze, you don't know who's waiting around the next shack with a knife or a rock in their hand or perhaps a gun. So, you really are risking it all by running in there to bring somebody out of there.
Let's move.
Yeah, I was in close contact with Zane on the radio. He told me when we were pulling in there that we must just get out our vehicles and push straight in before the news spreads through that we're actually coming after the shack. When you're rolling into a township like Tembisa, you've got to always be on top of your game. You've got to always check your surroundings. You've got to have each other's backs because that community pulls so fast together.
These criminals not only affect the surrounding complexes, but they affect the locals in the township as well. So what I think happened, Jay, is the guys got word when we started moving through the township. Bush telegraph travels quite quickly. So when we started moving and the shack was pointed to us, the mob started gathering. So this guy, this suspect that we were after, not only were we going to arrest him, but his life was in danger. So we might have to protect him. We arrived at the location, the shack that the said suspect was living in. Joe pointed out the shack and he manned the back so no one would break through the back of the shack. Me and JP went in through the front. I went through the door first. The suspect was sitting on the couch. When he saw me, he broke out the front of the shack. A chase then ensued.
We were hot on his tail. JP was on him, Zane was on him, and it actually had a train effect. The more team members we have, it's a lot easier for us to apprehend a suspect. It's easier for the camera crew to keep up with us because we're seeing, because it's guys a bit behind, they're lagging a bit. You see what corners to it, you can see the dust. So the guys know exactly where to go. We outran the camera guy. He ended up getting lost. He took a wrong left or whatever it was right, and we lost him also.
As we were running, I could kind of see more or less that he was heading towards the main road. So I made a decision to branch off just quickly before. Although it can be dangerous, I can run into trouble of my own. We've got to catch the guy as quickly as possible, and it just wasn't happening.
Yeah, adrenaline was pumping. We grabbed this guy, we finally got this guy, we pushed him into the vehicle, we closed the doors, we're just wanting to get out of there before the crowd surround us. Then JP came flying up to me and Zayn.
Where's the rest of the crew? The camera crew!
Having a camera crew following you around all the time is eventually they become invisible.
Yes, we're clever. What's the right Let's tell the camera around. Let's tell
You don't with me. You don't with me. Stupid. What the is wrong with you, soldier? Oh, come on. Go. What's up with your boy?
I think Joe showed his true colors today. It's not his duty to have our back or any of the camera crew's back, but I'm really starting to warm up to this guy. If it wasn't for him pulling this camera guy out of the township there, who knows what would have happened.
No, I'm only buying 2 suckers. Once we had loaded the suspect and JP found the cameraman, there were a lot of kids around there and community members watching, seeing what's going on. So I went to one of the local vendors, asked him to give me 100 packets of chips and some suckers.
We left as heroes there. They kind of got a feeling that we're the good guys and they could trust us. Perhaps the next time we have to go in there, we won't be seen as outsiders or strangers. We'd be seen as heroes in the community that are coming to clean up the place.
Tembisa is a very dangerous place, and by seeing the smiles on the kids' faces and the joy that a little gift can bring them, it gives us a little bit of hope that maybe the youth of tomorrow has got a future.
Yeah, so we got in reports of some youngsters, skateboarders, being unruly in the park, possibly smoking some marijuana.
The youth in South Africa are just like anywhere else in the world. They like to have a good time, they hang out with their mates, cause a little bit of trouble.
These kids, they do a bit of skateboarding, they get together with their friends, they want to show off, so they get a little bit loud, they'll get rude, that kind of a thing. So we're just going to go sort them out.
Yeah, we received a complaint from one of the ladies that was walking in the park that the kids were swearing at her and that they were playing loud music.
Okay, so this is the park we got the report from. We're just going to stop here and go check it out.
Once we got there, we could actually hear the music pumping, and we took a walk in.
Guys, stop skating.
What? No. Hey, whoa, what's going on, man? It's illegal. Nah, man. Hey, dog, hey, just trying to skate, dude.
So it's a bit of a catch-22 situation. You want the kids to be able to have a place where they can come and relax and do a bit of skateboarding and that kind of a thing, instead of being on the streets.
Come, guys.
Hey, yo.
Listen, guys, we're getting reports here that you guys are swearing at the guys walking their dogs and families here.
What? Who said that? What? Who said that?
We got a phone call.
Man.
No, man.
No, who said that? Show us who said that. Yeah, because
there's somewhere around here.
Phone calls.
Yeah, no, man.
Tough guy.
This is a family place, guys.
You're a telephone tough guy. Come on, what?
As we started talking and started running their mouths, you know, obviously trying to be big around their mates and all that kind of stuff.
I don't want this here. I mean, you guys are skating here. It's fine, man.
Who are you? No, you can't do this.
You just a random.
Hey,
man. Just looking, man.
Yeah, well, at one stage, one of the guys got up into my face, you know, mouthing off at me. I had my hand on my mace, so I wasn't, you know, too hugely concerned about that guy.
Okay, turn the music off. I don't know why you need to play the music so loud.
This is my jam. This is my jam. This is my jam. What are you gonna do? This is my track.
There's no one here even.
Nah.
This is
Look,
you don't see me telling you to turn down your music in your car.
Yeah.
You're not in the car, buddy.
Nah. Yeah.
But definitely, I was worried about the guys with the skateboards. You know, being hit over the head with the skateboards not a fun experience.
You're a tough guy with your little thing. Hey, relax. You don't need to use force. You coming here, relax.
Well, you coming at me, bro. I'm gonna use force, bro.
Don't. You got this guy. I'm just standing here.
At one point, the main antagonist turned around and looked at his mate and said, "You got this." You know, as if to say that it's time to make your move.
Don't touch our stuff. Don't touch our stuff. You don't know. You just a random cop in our space.
Listen, bro.
Am I in your space?
Yeah, you're in my space.
Feel nervous. What?
It's amazing when there's a camera around how these kids turn into monkeys.
So what? Are you telling us to go or what? What are you trying to do?
No, you guys can skate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, we just want a little bit more respect for everyone else here as well.
All right.
Right, there's families here. I know, this is your place and whatever, but it's also everyone else's allowed to be here as well.
We're just
skating, man.
We're just skating, man. We're having fun, you know.
So the guys did a complete 180 from the time I got there and being defensive about the situation to being cooperative.
Skating's keeping you guys off the roads and all that kind of, off the streets and out of the drugs and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, we don't mind that. We just want this place to be for everyone.
Alright, cool.
And by the time we left, we were doing handshakes and getting along nicely.
Alright,
sure.
Keep it cool, man.
Hey, man.
Thanks for your help, eh?
Cool. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
For sure. So these kids need to learn their lesson. Often this is where the problems start, and you just got to keep them in check, and hopefully one day they become productive citizens.
Well, at the end of the day, it's kids being kids, and it's best to just make the amends. The more we push, the more they're going to push, and it's just going to escalate.
Oh, look, they're upset that somebody's told them off, and it happens. Oh, man!
My attention was on the camera guys, explaining the situation when these guys threw a milkshake on my car. And as much as it me off, they left immediately after that because they knew I was by that time. When all is said and done, it was just a milkshake, and kids will be kids, and the harder we push, the harder they push. So it's best to just make an amends and leave it at that.
Where do you want to get shot? No. Yeah, but turn around, let's do the practice. No, bro. Yeah. Okay, listen. Okay, one. Can I just run one time?
We played a firecracker prank on all the guys in the office. Aside from it being a really good joke, it gives me an idea of how these guys are going to act in a situation.
I need just turn around quickly. I just need 5 seconds, turn around. I'll shock you in your face. Don't. I didn't find a cloud, did you?
Trevor, so far, he's going to be at the back of the pack. He flutters like a fairy.
Drop the beat back, bro.
looking for Klaus. We've got something for him. Tom Thumbs.
Hello, Klaus. Hello? You speaking to Klaus? How can I help you?
Sorry. Sorry, playing around.
Klaus, I don't know what happens to him, but it's all as if everything switches off. So I don't know how useful that's going to be in the team.
Bully, is that you?
It's hard to predict the emotion that guy was trying to express.
But you didn't scrick. Did he scrick?
Nah.
Oh,
He was just out of breath on the phone.
David,
Right, dispatch. Yeah, Mulu must be on the phone.
Maybe sitting.
Must be on the phone. Okay. Good covers.
Yeah, that's nice.
David doesn't crack under the pressure. He handled the firecracker prank well. It's a nice after stressful day at work to get these guys to be able to laugh at themselves and laugh at each other. The firecrackers is also a good way for me to test who in the team is ready to go into the field. So far, it only looks like I can rely on David so far. Trevor seems to flutter around like a princess, and Klaus seems to go blank. So we're going to have to work on a lot more pranks and a lot more stressful situations to see how these guys act under fire.
Thinking what's happening?
Most of the complexes are backed up with the latest technology such as electric fences and motion detectors and cameras which are monitored off-site. On this particular evening we picked up something very interesting. There were a couple of guys adamant to get into a complex. And they seem to be intoxicated. These guys were obviously very drunk. They obviously came from a party or something, and they just wanted to get inside the complex, but they obviously had no right or permission to be there, so the guards couldn't let them in. These guys, obviously with the amount of alcohol in their blood, they started becoming aggressive. The guards acted perfectly in the scope of their duty, didn't let them in, and that's when these guys started to turn violent. The guards pushed their panic button and tried to subdue these guys or tried to deter these guys with a bit of pepper spray. They then retreat back to their guard hut where they can get proper communication and backup, which was already on the way because of the panic button being pressed. The pepper spray didn't hold them back for too long. Basically, when their eyes cleared up a little bit, they just became a little bit more aggressive.
Come closer, come closer. Yeah. Come right in there like you.
Backup was dispatched, and we were the first car on the scene. Myself and Zane arrived, and one of the guys had a baseball bat out. Zane was first out of the car. The guy with the baseball bat, he was the first one we had to restrain. The baseball bat is the instrument that was going to do the damage. First of all, we tried to defuse the situation, try to calm him down. But we could see there was no talking to this guy. He was seriously in a fit of rage. So we kind of lured him in, and Zane took him down and I followed through. Luckily the other guy wasn't as bold and he tried to make a run for it. The two guards immediately assisted when they saw they had the backup. I followed the second guy into the complex. We chased him around the complex for quite a few minutes. And eventually he ran out of steam and gave himself up. So we arrested him and dragged him back out of the complex. We still have no idea what these two guys' problem was or what they were trying to achieve. But they're going to think twice before picking on security guards again.
We got a call about a guy that's apparently running around naked with his tackle out, and we're gonna go check it out.
I'm expecting Klaus to go on his hands and knees and start giving mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Good job, dude. You're riding shotgun.
On arrival, we didn't see nothing. Everything looked in the norm. I don't see any naked people here.
I'll just do a turn young and go across.
No, there, bro, there. Once we drove past the suspect, we were just looking, we couldn't see anyone, and then he flashed at me. Just showing you, bro. Do you see it? You see that?
Are you serious, bro?
Yo, he just showed me his he's not naked, but he just showed me his I think he's got his out the fence. Then I knew what everyone was talking about, why people were funny, because it was pretty disgusting. Bro, I thought that was a prank. He's getting a kick out of showing the traffic. Joke.
Crazy, bro.
There's this
I've
guy
never
here.
seen this before, bro.
This guy here with the coat. Just watch his spin. Huh? What you doing?
What the fuck, bro?
What the
Hey, listen here. Listen here. Listen.
Put that thing away.
Come, bro. Put that away. Put that away. Come, put it away.
Yeah, we don't know if this guy was a little bit, had mental issues or a little bit mentally handicapped. Definitely smelled like booze when we got there. He could have been both, which could have edged on what he was trying to do.
Stop. Stop. Listen here, bro. Listen. Go show somebody else, bro. Come. I'm not here.
Go away, man.
Go. Get away from us, yeah. Come, go stand somewhere else.
I was pretty disgusted because once I approached the individual, He basically tried to hit me with his and it wasn't really great because I found it a bit awkward. I even backed off a bit because I didn't feel people were driving past and I didn't want to be associated with that. That's how embarrassed I was.
Okay, let's go now. Come, let's go. Trevor, tell this
Yeah, Trevor was a little bit embarrassed about this. Well, seemed to be a little bit embarrassed about the situation. You know, and he laughed about it a little bit, but it really pissed me off, you know. And it took a lot of self-control not to, you know, take this guy out, you know, or taser him or whatever.
It's disgusting what you do. Go home. Go home. No one wants to see that. Go home and sleep. At the end of the day, we got rid of him. Klaus told him to go away. I told him to go away. And then he eventually got the point and then put his thing back in his pants and he crossed the road and hopefully he went home. We watched him for a little while, but obviously he could have always gone to another road and started doing the shit again. That's
Folks are drunk and they do stupid things and they just don't understand.
Yeah, well, you never know. You know, if we had arrested him and put him into a cell, you don't know what the guys there, you know, what kind of criminals are there at that time. You know, he could have been raped. It's rather a small crime when you get into a cell with guys that are up for murder and rape. And yeah, I don't think he would have made the night.
That is probably the one of the discussion. I thought it was gonna touch my leg.
These guys are obviously getting, you know, they get drunk anytime. It doesn't matter day, night. It doesn't matter what day of the week. I think he maybe had a little bit too much to drink and he thought he was funny.
It's World Cup, bro. People are getting drunk. People are getting wasted tonight.
If we find him again, you know, we'll take further action. I'm sure Trev would love to see him again.
JB told me I have to meet him tonight somewhere for dinner. He needs to discuss something with me. So I'm just waiting around. Jeez, I don't know what's happening because this whole week, every time I walk into a room with them and stuff, they all keep quiet and stuff, and I don't feel like comfortable there, and I don't feel like I'm wanted. Yeah, I'm not in a good place right now. I don't know what to say. Like the whole week has been kind of, like everyone is like talking but like not talking to me, so like I walk into different rooms and everyone just keeps quiet and then I move to a different room and move to a different office and stuff. So I feel really bad. I don't know what's happening. Here he is, guys. Okay, keep quiet please. How's James?
Trev?
Yeah?
How's the boy? Listen, I'm here at William Nickel.
Okay.
I think you better get your boy. I don't have all day to sit here and wait for you.
Okay, sweet. I'm about 5 minutes out. You just hang up on me. It's really weird. Normally he just speaks to me in the boardroom or something like that, so I don't know what to expect. Like he wants to meet me at a restaurant, like, and he doesn't sound too happy. He's like, I'm actually quite don't know what to say. JP was saying like night guard's not the place for me and stuff. Like I don't take work seriously and stuff. I joke around too much. I came to work late one time, so it's just the person I am. So when he told me all that stuff and he's like, no, they don't like it and stuff like that, it made me sad. It made me think, okay, maybe I read the situation wrong. Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
You think there's a way forward? You think I can trust you? Do you think you can stand up to the plate? Why are you giggling? It's like a big joke. Nah. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, it's like life's happening, there's crime happening, people's lives are in danger, but for you it's a big joke.
JP just told me I'm fired, so I can't change the person I am, JP. Lots of things are going through my head. I don't know where to begin.
Jeff, keep it that way, bro.
Why? What's happening?
You're salesman of the quarter.
you. That's all I can say. Bro, you put me through suspense. I wanted to cry. I was crying inside. But thank goodness nothing was wrong. Yep, baby! Salesman of the quarter. For the last 4 months, I've been the salesman of the thing. I've beaten everyone else. So they threw a little party for me. So it's quite cool. It's a way they motivate their people and stuff like that. I don't know about this. So maybe I should just start working harder and I could get free food more often.
We got a call from our reaction vehicle. He told us that he passed a vehicle on his way to respond to a site. There was a female by herself in this vehicle. We're on our way out to check that she's okay and everything.
We took it upon ourselves to go check it out and see what she was doing there. Obviously, it was a very dangerous area. Normally, it wouldn't bother me so much to see a girl alone in a car, but in that neighborhood, that's not what you want to be doing.
There it is. Pull over on the side of the road and check it out. So when we get out of here, when we get out the car, stay quite close. On approach, JP parked right behind her. I parked a little bit up the road. When I walked towards the car, I could see something was up. She wasn't standing out her car. She was sitting slouched back in her driver's seat. So it didn't look good. So.
Excuse me. What are you doing here?
Sorry, what are you doing?
What's this over here?
I don't know what that is.
When I opened the box, I found some sort of powder substance. I'm not 100% sure what it was. And the car had a smell to it. It was terrible. So, she was obviously, whatever she was doing, she was smoking something in her car.
Switch that off.
We're the security company that looks after this area. And we had a report of somebody in their car asleep by themselves here. So we're just going to check it out. It looks like you're doing something there that you shouldn't be doing.
I don't know whose that is or what that is. So, what is going on here?
Well, should we take it to, if you have a look what it is, let's take it to the police station and then maybe they can tell us what it is.
No.
Do you have some sort of identification?
Put this with that.
Where did you find that?
This is like...
How did you...
What is that? What is it?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Okay, well, let's go. What we'll do is we're going to drive your car for you. You don't look like you can drive. We'll drive it just down the road to the police station. We can ask them, that maybe they can tell us what that is.
This young lady had dilated pupils. She didn't know where she was. She didn't know what she was doing. She was clearly high as a kite. And lucky for her that we found her and not some rapists or murderers. There's a drive out the road here. Let's pull into a park one of our vehicles. We'll get the reaction officer come take it. Ma'am, what are you doing? You can't ride the car over. How are you going to escape? We had to help you, but you're making life hard for us. Please turn off the car, get out your car, and let us take you in.
I tell you what, you got two options. We phone your parents, we'll deliver it to your house, we'll give you to your parents and we can start dealing with your problem, or we can take you to the cop shop where you can spend the night there. How's that for two options? Get your cell phone, let's phone your parents.
I don't have parents, can we phone a friend?
Who's the friend? Is it a family member?
Yeah.
Let's phone the friend. Let's see who the friend is first. If I talk to them, if I'm satisfied, then we won't take you to the police station. But let's start dealing with your problem. Because over here, as you can see, do you think this is a safe environment? Do you want your body to be found in the vault over there? No, exactly. So let's get your friend on the line. Let's start getting you some help. There was a lot of movement while we were dealing with this girl in her vehicle. We saw a number of suspicious characters who passed by the vehicle several times. So who knows what could have happened to this poor girl had we not arrived on time. Do you know Ashley? She drives a silver Peugeot. Yeah, well, she's sitting here in one of our neighborhoods and she's smoking some kind of drug, I don't know what it is, in a dangerous area in the bushveld here. So, who are you? You're a friend. Okay, well, we need one or two of her friends here, and we need to establish that she's going to get home safely firstly, and then secondly, we're going to have to put her on some kind of a program. Otherwise, I'm going to just take her, impound her car, take her to the cop shop, and she's going to be arrested, and she can spend the night there, and you can start finding a lawyer.
You know, your friends are coming here because they care about you, and there's lots of people that care about you. So you need to really pull it together. And I mean, there's outreach programs that we're involved in. We can get you in touch with the right people. So, you know, there's definitely a lot of options. Once I started speaking to some of the things I was saying really hit home, and she started crying, and I could really tell that she kind of felt that she needed help, she needed someone, and maybe some of the words that I said to her made her realize that she can find someone to help her.
Prison's no place for a young person, especially someone who's possibly a bit mentally unstable. We really got through to this girl, and she agreed for us to take her to a place where she could, where there are more options for her. She is currently at a rehabilitation center at this point in time, and she is doing well.